One of my favorite developers out there is Remedy. I loved Alan Wake, really enjoyed Quantum Break, so you knew when Control was coming out, I was going to be there day one. And yes, I know this video review of Control is a couple weeks late. I wanted to talk about it because I love video games. What is going on, guys? Randall419, the man with the million, back again with another review. Hope everyone's having a great day. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Now, I know the reviews on the channel have been kind of sparse. Haven't had a lot of time recently to do stuff, but I want to bring that back. I want to kind of like showcase the joy of gaming. I play a ton of games on the Xbox, on the PlayStation, and the Switch. I'm not somebody who has a gaming channel who doesn't play any games whatsoever and just complains all day. That's not me. So look out for basically, daily videos about the stuff I've been playing because I played a lot. And we're going to start with Control. Control is a third-person shooter from the minds at Remedy, specifically Sam Lake. He's the one who did the story on this game. And there's a lot of stuff I really enjoyed about this game, and there's some stuff I didn't particularly enjoy. Now, this is an amazing world that they built, and that's probably one of the coolest things about this game is the lore. The fact that it's just so out there, so absolutely crazy. You're dealing with like other dimensions and astral planes and a pyramid that's the director and something called the old house that changes. Like, the world they built for Control is amazing, and it's all kind of fleshed out by a bunch of collectibles, files that you can read, audio logs that you can listen to that really make the world feel like it's lived in. And that's one of the aspects of the game I greatly enjoyed. There's even like Easter eggs that involve Alan Wake. Yes, he's actually in the game, as it kind of references what happens in that game. And it looks like one of the expansions for later on in the year is going to be about Alan Wake. So I absolutely adored the world Remedy built here. But what about the gameplay? What about the combat? How does that compare to Alan Wake and Quantum Break? And I gotta say, the combat is really strong here. The gunplay is the best it's been out of their previous two games. It feels really good to shoot your service pistol in its many different forms. See, when you start out the game and become the director of the Bureau of Control, you get like a little pistol, but the pistol also can change forms. It can be a machine gun, it can be like a charged sniper rifle, a shotgun, a grenade launcher, and it basically gives you infinite ammo. You never actually have to scavenge for ammo. It constantly reloads, and if you actually read some of the story stuff, they basically say that service weapon is Excalibur or Thor's hammer, and it just kind of changes over the time. So that's the kind of stuff I really love. So it feels great to shoot your gun, get those headshots off of those enemies, turn them into dust. But it's not just about shooting. It's about using your abilities, using the environment to just dispatch enemies super quick. You see, one of the best parts of the game is your telekinesis ability. Basically, you can rip off like the rocks from the walls and throw them at enemies, and it will utterly destroy them. You can pick up forklifts. You can even pick up the dead bodies that you just killed and throw them at the enemies, and it feels great from the first moment you get that power to the end of the game. That telekinesis ability feels awesome. It reminds me of when I was playing Psyops on the PS2 back in the day, if anybody remembers that game, right? They also have some more abilities because as you go through, you get different abilities. You level up by doing different side quests and completing stuff. Yes, this game has side quests, and it's not a linear corridor game like Quantum Break was. It's definitely kind of a Metroidvania, as this Control building, the Bureau of Control, or the old house as it's called, has like 5 layers to it, and you have to explore it. So, you're going to need to get the evade ability, which, you dash forward really fast, or an ability to levitate, which makes you fly, which is pretty useful towards the end of the game. You get a shield, and when you complete main missions and do the side objectives, you can level up your character, get more health, do more damage with, your telekinesis, do more melee damage and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty beneficial to do all the side missions that you can find. Some of them are really good. Some of them are pretty unique, although others are pretty much like fetch quests. So that's the stuff I really, really enjoyed about Control. The world building and the combat, super top notch. The style of the game is great, but not everything is really good in this game. Not everything is awesome. The performance is actually pretty bad sometimes on this game, and I'm playing it on an Xbox One X. You get frequent frame rate dips when you open up your loadout because you can change weapons on the fly. You can find different mods to put onto your weapons, like, hey, this increases accuracy, or this gives you more bullets, things like that. Every time you go into that menu, the frame rate just bottoms out. And every time you open up the map, because this is a Metroidvania game, so when you press up on that D-pad, 9 times out of 10, the map won't even load up. And considering when you first start playing this game, you won't know where to go because the map is so it's just hard to really navigate. It really can be a frustrating experience for a lot of players. And it even was for me. I couldn't find where I was supposed to go because the map wouldn't load up. And when it did load up, I wasn't exactly sure which direction I could go. So that really hampered a little bit of my enjoyment. Secondly, I don't think the actual story they were telling in Control is that good. It's definitely not as good as the time travel story they were telling in Quantum Break, and I don't think it was as good as the story they were telling in Alan Wake. And the main character, Jessie, I don't think she's that great of a character either. In fact, I would put Alan Wake as a better character than Jessie. But when you take all these things, and think about them, the game still is worth playing, especially if you're a Remedy fan. If you're someone that enjoyed Alan Wake and really enjoyed Quantum Break, then pick this game up. I know it's probably going to be on sale in the future. I think it's already been on sale for $40. You're going to enjoy this game because they take some strides, especially in the combat. They just really, in my opinion, Remedy hasn't come out and actually nailed everything about a game, right? There's always something lacking. Like, the combat wasn't the best in Quantum Break, but the powers are really good, and the storytelling with that time travel stuff going on was pretty damn awesome. And here it's like, man, they nailed the world. They nailed it so much that I was reading every collectible as soon as I got it because I was just so immersed in the story that they were trying to tell, the world that they were building, that I had to read it all. And I haven't really felt like that since the BioShock games, where I wanted to search every nook and cranny to find all the information. Now, if you're not one of those types of gamers who wants to actually read the collectibles, then you're probably not going to have as good as an enjoyment with the world as I did. But yeah, the story could use some work. And honestly, when I finished the game, I really wasn't craving a sequel in the same way I was for Alan Wake and Quantum Break. To this day, I want Alan Wake 2 more than anything out of the Remedy games, and I want Quantum Break 2, but I am in no hurry to return to the world of Control for a sequel. And maybe that has to do with the fact that this game doesn't end on a cliffhanger like the other ones, or maybe it has to do with the fact that I'm not really enamored with the main character, Jessie. Could be a bunch of different reasons. But the game is still quality. If they had just ironed out the performance issues, got that map working right, maybe put in some more meaningful side quests, and worked out a more really interesting plot to go along with the incredible world that they built here, along with that great combat and telekinesis powers, This could have been their masterpiece. This could have been better than Alan Wake and Quantum Break, but instead, it just kind of sits alongside them. Does some things better than those two games, and it does some things worse. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give Control an 8. And if you're a Remedy fan, you should pick it up whenever you got the time and the money. And for everybody else, I'd wait for a sale down to 30, 20 bucks. And then it might be checking out then, especially if they iron out all the issues. And maybe it's definitely more of a get when the expansions come out. So anyways, guys, that's kind of my review for Control. I really hope you appreciated it. We'll be dropping a bunch of different videos about everything I've been playing. We got like Man of Medan coming up. We got The Sojourn. We got Bloodborne. Days Gone. Yeah, everything I've played. I'm just going to, you know what? We're going to talk about gaming. I love gaming. We're going to talk about it here. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Hit the notification bell if you always want to be notified, and share this out on social media. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.